Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. I want you to think of me as your personal financial coach today. We've got a very specific goal for this session. And look, it's not just about tossing you a list of hot stock tips. We are here to fundamentally rewire your relationship with money. We're going to look at exactly how you can build quiet, sustainable wealth. No relying on luck, and absolutely no constant stress.
So let's dive right into it. I want you to ask yourself, are you playing the wrong game? Because here's the deeply frustrating reality for so many folks. You work hard, right? You put in the hours. You're making a decent income, but then you look at your bank account and you still feel completely stuck in the rat race. Why is that? Well, it's because most people out there are playing the completely wrong game. They're playing the game of trying to look rich rather than actually building real wealth.
Here is our game plan for today's explainer. 6 core plays. First, redefining the goal of wealth. Second, viewing money as a tool. Then we hit the mechanics, playing defense to protect your gap, playing offense to grow it, building that 5-year momentum, and finally, playing the long game. All right, section 1, the goal is freedom. This is our very first major mindset shift.
We live in a consumer society that essentially tricks us. It feeds us this false narrative that the second we make more money, we instantly need to upgrade our lifestyle. We suddenly need a better car, even if the one we have runs perfectly fine. We buy stuff just to feel important, to show off. And guys, that is the wrong game. The right game, your true objective here, is shrinking your need to work. The goal isn't to accumulate a mountain of flashy things. The goal is to reach a point where you can step entirely away from the rat race.
What we are actually aiming for is escape velocity. Think of a rocket for a second. A rocket needs a massive, sustained burst of speed to break through the Earth's gravity. If it doesn't hit that exact speed, gravity just pulls it right back down to the ground. But once it hits escape velocity, boom, it's free. It's in orbit. Your money works the exact same way. Your bills, the lifestyle upgrades, the social pressure to keep up, that is the gravity keeping you working. Breaking free from that gravity means building your investments up until they produce enough income to cover your life. You literally break free from the need to earn another dollar.
Moving right along to section 2, money as a tool. Time for mindset shift number 2.
Let me give you some straight locker room talk here as your coach. You would never wake up in the morning, stare at a hammer, and worship it. You'd pick it up and say, okay, I've got a hammer. What kind of house can I build with this? But with money, people completely lose the plot. They worship the tool itself. They stop asking what kind of life they actually want to live, and they just blindly chase a bigger number. When money becomes your ultimate goal, you take jobs you absolutely hate. You stay stressed 24/7, and you sacrifice your health. And for what? For a tool. So lock this into your brain. Money only solves money problems. If you lack purpose right now, a big paycheck isn't going to magically hand you one. If you're deeply unhappy and stressed out today, well, having more money in your account is just going to make you a rich, unhappy, stressed person. You've got to decide what kind of fulfilling life you want to build first, and then use the tool of money to construct it. Okay, section 3, defense. Protect the gap. Mindset is locked in. Now we talk mechanics.
To play elite defense, you've got to know your opponent. And your opponent is hedonic adaptation. This is a psychological trap where your brain gets entirely used to any lifestyle upgrade in about 3 months. You get a raise at work, and instantly your brain says, hey, I deserve a luxury apartment, or I need the premium version of everything. Your spending rises in lockstep with your income. The result? Your bank account stays completely flat and broke. You just happen to be surrounded by much nicer, more expensive stuff while you secretly panic about making rent.
And hey, if you think this only happens to people making entry-level salaries, listen to this crazy story from our sources. A wealth advisor had a client who pulled in $20 million in net profit in a single year. $20 million. Just 18 months later, that exact same client filed for bankruptcy. How is that even possible? Rampant lifestyle creep. He was buying luxury watches for his employees, multiple mansions in different cities, high-end cars for every driveway. His lifestyle outpaced his massive income, and it entirely wiped him out. Good defense also means tracking your blind spots. There's this super relatable anecdote in our playbook about a guy reviewing finances with his wife. She felt like she never had any money, but her income said otherwise. So they print out 3 months of bank statements, go through them, and realize she's dropping $400 a month at Target. Just completely unconscious, tiny purchases that vanished into thin air. To play defense, you need visibility. You've got to use apps like Mint, Monarch, or Rocket Money so you know where every single dollar is going. Because let's face it, you can't plug a leak if you don't even know it's there. All right, the leaks are plugged.
Let's switch it up to Section 4, Offense, Grow and Invest. Here's an uncomfortable truth. Saving money alone, it's just not enough. Don't get me wrong, if you're saving $300 a month, you're doing better than almost half the country. But over 5 years, that's 18 grand. It's solid, sure, but it is not life-changing, escape velocity wealth. Saving alone is literally like trying to fill a swimming pool with a teaspoon. Your savings rate is just the steering wheel. Your earning ability, that's the engine of your car. If you want to go faster, you simply need more horsepower.
Let's break down the math real quick to see how this plays out. Say person A makes 3 grand a month and saves 10%. That's $300. Now look at person B. They spend 2 years upskilling or maybe jumping to a better job, bumping their income up to 5 grand a month. They also save 10%, but now that's $500 a month. Over 5 years, that difference alone creates a massive $12,000 advantage. Increasing your income makes saving, investing, and destroying debt infinitely easier. So here is your offensive playbook. Step 1, increase your horsepower. Learn a new skill, negotiate that raise, or change companies. Step 2, lock in your savings rate to completely bypass that hedonic adaptation trap. The golden rule is simple. Every single time you get a raise, save at least half of it. The rest, go ahead and enjoy it. Step 3, put that money to work. Invest consistently in broad market indexes like the S&P 500, kick back, and let time do the heavy lifting for you. Which brings us perfectly to Section 5, the 5-year momentum. We have got to throw out the social media trash that says you'll be a crypto billionaire in 6 months, and we also need to ignore the depressing advice that you have to slog away at a desk for 40 years to be okay. The real secret to your timeline lives in the space between your income on top and your expenses on the bottom. Wealth is exclusively built in that gap. The wider you make that gap and the more aggressively you invest what's inside it, the faster you hit escape velocity. Guard that gap like your financial life depends on it, because honestly, it does. Now, if you protect that gap for just 5 years, the results will absolutely blow your mind. One of our sources shares a story about a guy who spent his early 20s constantly hyperventilating about money. He finally drew a line in the sand and committed to just 5 disciplined years executing this exact playbook. He automated his investments, fought off lifestyle inflation, and pushed hard in his career. 5 years later, he had over $80,000 invested and his earning power had doubled. He didn't need 40 years. Just 5 years of absolute focus built enough momentum to completely change the trajectory of his entire life. And finally, Section 6, playing the long game. Let's zoom out and connect all this. Here is the absolute golden rule of wealth. Think in decades, not days. Real wealth isn't flashy. It's built slowly, consistently, and quietly in the background. You've got to tune out the social media flexing. When you see a guy on Instagram with a luxury car or a diamond watch, remember, he is not showing you his net worth, he's showing you his spending. Look, if you plant an acorn today, you don't dig it up tomorrow morning to see if it's an oak tree yet. You give it water, you give it sun, and you trust the process. Coach to player right now, this is probably the most vital piece of advice I can give you. You absolutely must detach your self-worth from your bank account. If you tie your identity to your income, you become a slave to the tool. You'll panic and make fearful investments when the market dips because you'll feel like a failure, and you'll make dumb, flashy purchases when you get a bonus just to prove to the world that you're a winner. Money is not a scoreboard of your value as a human being, period. So I'm leaving you with a challenge today. Where do you want your finances to be exactly 5 years from today? Because guess what? Those 5 years are going to pass no matter what you do. Are you going to still be running on that treadmill playing the exhausting game of trying to look rich? Or are you going to decide right here, right now, to use this playbook, protect your gap, and actually build your freedom? The choice is entirely yours. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.